Hey everyone, John Stamos lives here with 3PO. 3PO, how you doing today?
I am super fantastic, and thank you for asking.
Excellent, excellent. We're here with a new trendy topic or theme that we're going to try out on Tuesdays called Titanic Tuesday. It's where we're going to jump into random matches of Dota 2 and check out how you guys are playing on your random pub matches.
Alrighty, have you loaded into the game yet? I'm trying to join you here, but it's not happening just yet.
I am just about done loading into the game, and this one was in pre-game, so it's possible that maybe somebody lost to the loading boss. We'll have
It
to
does
see.
happen. In the meantime, we can talk about the beautiful international background that I've got turned on right now. If you want to add that to your own game, you can add the launch setting of Dash International to your Dota client, and you get this exciting blue background.
I just popped in, and hero selections have already been kicked out for most people. We have only one individual who doesn't have their hero selected yet. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have. We have Joe Balls as Zeus. We've got, I'm not saying that name, but F Nut as Bristleback. America Has No Hope is rockin' Io the Wisp. Dazzle looks to be Valk, and a faceless pick, finally,
30
by
seconds.
another player whose name I probably will kill and not pronounce. The Dire, right off the bat, going for Roshan. Look, they're trying to get an early Rosh kill. They have an Ursa out here doing some massive damage.
Nice thing is, well, we've got Skeleton King with that vampiric aura. It's one of the key ways to get Roche down and not end up dead. Just eating up that health. I think the Radiant
right.
probably realized that this is what's happening right now, but they're just checking
Time to
out
man
those
or woman
rune
up.
spots.
Well, and I don't think they really have any ability to stop this. Now, Ursa cannot drop here. Ursa's the only one who can really get this kill. It looks like he's still plowing away, doing tons of damage.
Hey, someone check Roche.
And
Maybe they're doing
Roshan
Roche.
drops already. Everyone
Dire
on
did
the
Roche.
Dire team gets level 2 and plus 200 gold.
Looks like it's going to be an interesting match. There's some decent coordination on the side of the Dire right off the bat. Some good communication heading for that Roche pit, and we are started.
That's absolutely correct. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the Dire side here. We've got a very strong strength-based team with the exception of Witch Doctor. This is playing Night Stalker. We've got an Ursa in the middle currently, and he's got an Aegis on. Looks like in bottom we've got a lone Druid leaning against a double lane. And Skeleton King trying to find his lane, maybe looking for an early gank on that mid here.
This is fascinating. We've got Witch Doctor hanging out in the jungle along with Skeleton King, and it looks like they're going to be going for Zeus very, very soon. Here it goes. There's the stun out, and Skeleton King will just chop away. Witch Doctor picking up some creeps, taking some damage, tanking the tower, and it looks like Zeus is going to make it out with a first blood for Zeus on Witch Doctor.
Yeah, already this is an interesting game. Definitely a ton of fun. This is why we're playing Titanic Tuesdays.
So Witch Doctor back up top, up against Wisp. And who else we got here? Bristleback. And they are pushing to see if they can get some hits on that tower, but not going to happen right now.
Go ahead and go through, take a look at a couple items here. It looks like most people have fairly standard builds. You'll notice that Lone Druid has given most of his items to the bear, getting that bear fed up. He's going to be harassing Faceless down here, who's already level 3.
That solo lane on bot for both of them really helping them out, but it looks like Dazzle is going to just chip away and see if he can pull that lane there. Ursa just completely aggressive, taking some damage from the creeps, but picking away at Zeus.
Yeah, and he can afford to be right now. He's got that Aegis, so I don't think he's in a ton of danger. Plus, he's already level 4, which is huge. That Roshan kill really knocked him up a level there.
And now he's bottled up with double damage, giving him the opportunity to really put the hurt on Zeus. Up at full health there. I mean, the great thing here is obviously they can put a lot of the Dire can put a lot of pressure on that Radiant Tower, while Ursa is just eating away at the creeps in the back.
That's absolutely right. Now, I do find it interesting that he leveled up his Earth Shock to level 2. I don't think that that's what I would have done. I think you only need the initial blast, not the extra damage or slow that Earth Shock's going to give this early in the game. Instead, I think that snagging those that overpower and having the ability to just keep Fury swiping is definitely where he should have gone.
So right now, Witch Doctor just kind of heading back and forth here. I'm not really sure what he's up to. Any ideas? Maybe looking to set up a quick cask, and there it is. That's what he's up to.
Yeah, with an excellent kill. Although they were both in a little bit of trouble. Bristleback here kicking out a ton of damage, definitely on a warpath.
And there's the kill. So a Wisp for a level 2 Witch Doctor, and I mean obviously Witch Doctor has been putting off earning that experience to see if he can get that kill. Worth it?
Well, you know, I think the one thing that he was doing was he was taking a little bit of damage, and I think he was going back to try and pull that lane, actually. I think that he then saw that there was an opportunity for a gank and came back to secure it. He's also trying to let Nightstalker feed here, because when Nightstalker gets level 6, he's going to be wandering around, getting tons of kills on the other team.
Ursa taking a lot of damage from the tower after potioning up 2 or 3 times in a row, and put down by Zeus with that ult. There's the Aegis, so I think we might see a little bit more caution out of here from here on in, but who knows? Looks like Zeus is heading south a little bit. There's that regeneration rune in the lane. Or in
very
the
quick level 6 by Ursa too. He's already just doing tons of damage.
And it looks like they're going for a gank on Lone Druid here, who is very much overextended. I think he knows it. And will TP out at the shop.
TPing out, and he's home free.
That was a...
He actually just teleported straight to his tower. Excellent move there, and doesn't really seem need to go back to home. And can still protect that tower.
Smart bit of play.
And you'll notice that Skeleton King is in the jungle here, trying the jungle. Don't know if he's doing as good of a job as he would hope.
I don't know if you've noticed, but Zeus and Ursa in mid lane were playing round and round the mulberry bush there, which is just chasing around the forest, having a good laugh there. Zeus obviously putting the hurt with that static charge, pardon me, arc lightning on static field on Ursa.
Oh, and his lightning bolt too, just plowed right into him. Plus, remember, Zeus has that ultimate, which right now he's got the mana for. So if anybody's low, Zeus is going to snipe him out and make sure that he can secure that kill for his team. Does a lot of damage also when combined with that lightning bolt.
It's quite interesting bot lane. I mean, Lone Druid's been doing a fairly decent job of just holding his ground, pushing that lane fairly hard, working with that bear to really put the hurt on Faceless. Dazzle obviously keeping him alive with some support, but some strong play from both the Druid and the bear.
That's right. His bear's in a little bit of trouble here. If his bear drops, he takes a significant amount of damage, 300 actually, so he'll want to make sure that that doesn't happen. He resummons that bear, so it looks like as if he's safe for now. Did put a hefty beating on Faceless, who is also nearly level 6.
I leave the woods unguarded.
And even with that illusion rune, Ursa just obviously taking damage from that Zeus ult, and a quick bit of a smack from
Bad dudes, middle
Io.
tower. Everyone,
Io?
go now.
Wisp.
Wisp.
Wisp. It's like quick
Wisp whiled away this time. Yeah, it looks like Wisp jumped in to give just a little additional boost to Zeus, giving him a scant bit of hit points, but enough to survive.
Kind of some interesting play up there. I mean, Bristleback, obviously a new hero to Dota 2, brought over from Dota, and one of the unique things about him is that he takes less damage and can actually cause damage to people attacking him from the sides and from behind. And you saw Nightstalker there just really quickly getting ahead of him, putting on a little boost of speed to make sure that he wasn't in a bad position.
Zeus may be in a little bit of trouble here. Sorry for interrupting, but Zeus just got caught in the middle of the jungle. Skeleton King throws out his Hellfire Blast, getting Zeus stuck and free to take tons of damage by Nightstalker and the rest of the team.
So kind of an interesting slow from
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Bristleback, viscous nasal goo, also known as snot.
Yeah. I had a date that actually tried to use that tactic on me once, but it didn't work. It's
You didn't stick
pretty
around?
disgusting.
Radiant's middle tower is
Yeah.
under attack.
So it looks like
We're done with the puns
Radiant
for tonight,
structures
folks.
are fortified.
Faceless and Dazzle will give chase to Ursa while the creeps, including a catapult, just beat on that middle tower.
And you'll notice that down and bottom, Lone Druid is just free farming away, getting lots of money, lots of kills.
Radiant's
Speaking of which, let's go take a look at the graphs. Let's open up the gold graph first, and a resounding lead by the Dire, especially with that kill on Roshan early on. Looks like they are nearing 3,000 gold in terms of the lead.
Quick trade there with Bristleback and Wisp going down for Witch Doctor. I think that was probably a solid trade in
Greenwood's top
favor
thing
of
is about
the
to get
Dire.
knocked over.
And the tower in mid lane drops, as well it should.
Yeah, with an Ursa beating on it, that tower did not stand much of a chance. Experience graph is incredibly similar to the gold graph. A little bit of a dip increase towards the Radiant side, but still 3,000 experience advantage for the Dire side.
So taking a quick look at items right now, let's take a look at the Dire. Ursa obviously with a bit of speed there in those phase boots.
Yeah, he's going to run around basically using those boots to try and get people and catch them off guard. There are two different strategies for Ursa to get closer to their enemy. One of them is going to be to grab the Blink Dagger, blink into fights, blink in and get that Q off so that he can get kills. The second is the Shadow Blade, which is a little bit more sneaky of an approach, but can also be easily countered by wards.
So given the use of Bristleback's slow, do you think the phase boots were a good choice, or would you have gone blink?
I think phase boots are always a good choice with Ursa. The slow isn't something that you really want to take into account. I don't think it's an aspect of countering. The idea is that Ursa needs to get into fights and into kills very quickly.
So picking up that invisibility rune, Zeus immediately pops the ult and has visibility on Ursa, making it... oh, and
Radiant's top tower
we've got
is under
Chronosphere
attack.
out on Lone Druid with 4 down bot lane who are just doing their best to drop him, and there's that ult. Again, putting him down. It was a little inhumane, one might say.
He got caught alone. Definitely. I will tell you that I think he should have been paying attention. He knew that Zeus was in that area. They don't necessarily have the ward control there. You'll notice that only Radiant has ward control there. But what they did know for a fact was that Ursa just took damage in that area.
Witch Doctor doing his best to run away here. I think he's going to make it out just with that quick heal, but Wisp obviously putting the pressure on. Here comes Night Stalker.
His regen is enough to help him survive there. Dazzle taking a slow, but Night Stalker taking a ton of damage from Wisp. Probably should have used a silence first before initiating. But the entire Dire team is here right now.
Are they going to Rosh again? They are going to Rosh again. Now that's interesting.
Well, at this point, that Ursa can just absolutely destroy Roshan. He doesn't even need the Vlads, though. He's just there with the Skeleton King.
Forget about it.
And the Radiant know, and they're going to pop Witch Doctor like a bubble. Here comes Wisp to put some damage on.
But this goes back to one of the first games that we talked about here. Let's go ahead and we'll talk about what's going on. Looks like Lone Druid drops once again, taking a ton of damage from both Dazzle and Bristleback. Night Stalker caught by some snotty goo, but I think he's possibly going to get away.
Skeleton King with that ult back up again, and
Bristleback here actually in a lot of trouble now. Caught between 2 towers and taking a ton of damage and stuns. Now Skeleton King's in trouble, drops to Bristleback and Zeus damage. Ursa comes in, pops a couple blasts on Dazzle, but he's going to... Well, will he get away? Nope, he drops as well.
Chronosphere is out. Here goes Witch Doctor one more time.
And Witch Doctor drops as well. Dire taking a lot of unnecessary risks here, and that Zeus is snowballing and getting a little uncontrollable. Dealt some massive damage there in that team fight.
The gold graph obviously taking a huge spike back up in favor of the Radiant. Still hasn't actually leveled out yet, but they've done a lot in that that small moment there. The XP graph
Absolutely.
actually tilting in favor of the Radiant after numerous buybacks. I think that was a more than team kill.